Hello, hello. Welcome to this special live. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this because I and Ashley are going to be talking about the importance of prioritizing your physical health. The reason why this is actually a non negotiable. Where is Ashley? Let me invite her to join. Ashley. Here we go. Hey,
Hi,
good morning.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. Where are you? Looks like you're walking somewhere.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk at the same time we talk so I can kind of do two birds with one stone type of thing.
Okay, cool. Where are you going? You're running
I,
errands?
I just walk around my community, so I have like a little trail that I do, and I'll walk like 3 miles.
Oh,
So
you know what? I could do that with you, actually. Why
yeah,
not? Yeah,
might as
why not?
well
Might
knock it
as well
out.
get some steps in. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is so funny because that's exactly what we're talking about, right?
I
So
know.
we're literally, oh, I like your shades. We're literally doing what we said, what we're talking about, which
That's
is
right.
Right. Which is prioritizing your physical health and why that is actually non-negotiable. Like we don't get to say, oh no, it's not a priority for me right now.
Right, right. Yeah, you gotta move even when you don't to like if I don't feel like it, once I'm up and moving, that feeling goes away anyway, I feel like. So just get up and move.
Yeah. Hold on, just give me a moment. Let me.
Okay.
Oh, I should have thought about this. It's actually a fantastic idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, for me, I'm just gonna share the first thing about why I think prioritizing our physical health is actually a non-negotiable. We don't get to have a say in it. And this is how I've been thinking about it, Ashley. And I want to know how you've been thinking about it. It comes down to this. This body that we have is literally our earthly suit. It is the thing that we use to get anything done. If we want to eat, it's our bodies that we use to eat. If we want to go have fun, it's our bodies that will take us to the beach or wherever we're going to have fun. If we want to create a business, if we want to what do you call it? If we want to achieve financial freedom, all the things that we need to do. Even when it comes to financial freedom, let's say all you're doing is day trading, you still need your body, you still need your brain to actually know what it is that you want to do to be it needs to be at optimum health so that you're actually making the right decisions and you're showing up for yourself consistently. So that is why, like, you know how they say health is the first wealth. I am I am so aligned to that.
Yes, 100%. And like you said, like you get one body, you get one shot at this, so you have to take care of it because it will fail on you eventually. Even if it doesn't fail now, if you don't take care of yourself as you get older, something will fail and you're going to wish you had done it. So spend 20
Yep.
to 30 minutes a day, go to the gym and all that. You don't have to go to the gym, just get outside.
Just like we're doing now, we're literally walking. Like for me, I like to do, the average 10K steps a day. I don't always meet that. And then some days I do like 16K, but my
Hmm.
baseline is 10K and I move and I think sometimes we overthink it. We're like, okay, I need to go get my steps. But I think it just comes down to how we organize our days. Um, for example, come somewhere, I will park at the first part of the parking lot. So, are you one of those people that when you go grocery shopping, you want to carry everything in one hand? You're like,
Right.
everything was into my car, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to do this in the most inefficient way possible. I'm just going to go one by one and hopefully I get my steps in. Um, just so many different little things like that. What are some things that you do to just create movements in your life?
So usually I will walk almost every day. There are some days where I just don't, like if I'm on my cycle and I don't feel like it, I just don't, and that's okay. But
Hmm.
I make sure walking is like the biggest thing for me. I'm not really a runner or anything like that, but I do love walking, and I could walk 3 to 5 miles a day. But that's just what I like to do. But if I'm struggling, or if I'm like, you know what, I just don't feel like doing it, I just break it up. So if I want to do 10 minutes in the morning and then do 10 minutes after lunch and then do 10 minutes in the evening, that seems like it's more feasible and easier to hit. And I still move
Yep.
my body. It's not as much as I usually do, but it's still something. So
Yep.
just breaking it up helps as well.
Yeah. Or even like, so another version of what we're doing right now, when we're on the phone with our family, friends, or whatever, I'm like, okay, you know what? Rather than just sitting down, pace your house, your apartment. Sometimes
Hmm.
I go outside. I'm like, this is the time that I go for a walk. One of my friends, I always call him when I'm walking. And then he's
Hmm.
always like, Kepo, you never actually make time for me. Like, dude, I make time for you. Because it feels like, why is it that it's when I'm walking that I call him? I'm like, because it's perfect, Like,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
It's like you got time away from like all of the stuff. So it's like, I have time to talk to you.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. So yeah, and that's the thing. You know what, Ashley, you said something just now. You were like, sometimes when it's around your cycle and you just don't feel like you're not up for walking. And that's the thing. Sometimes I feel like life happens. Yesterday, by the end of the day, I was dead on my couch. I
Hmm.
planned to go to church and I was like, no, not happening. My mom was like, are you going? I was like, look at me. Do I look like somebody who can leave this house right now? So, anyways, but the thing is, though, I realized that I just needed to sit down for like an hour and just relax. And then before bedtime, I moved my body, like I started stretching. And guess what? When I started stretching, I was like, oh man, I should have started this earlier because I'm actually enjoying this. Which
Hmm.
brings me to the point that I've been trying to learn for the past 2 minutes, which is sometimes I think we make the mistake of waiting to feel like it sometimes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we think that should be the indicator. Like, okay, if I don't feel like it, then I must not do it. And
Mm-mm.
science has shown over and over again that it's when we take action, then our emotions follow,
Right.
right? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
what's your experience, especially when you're on your cycle or, like when life just beats you down? Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. If you don't feel like that's literally like for me, that's just not a reason because there are most days where I don't. I would much rather just lay in bed and watch TV all day, right? But like you're not going to get anything done. So I'm a big believer in getting up and getting it done first thing in the morning. That way, if you want to rot in bed for the rest of the day, you can rot in bed. You did everything you had to do. You've gotten your steps in, like, and then you can go home.
yep. Like I say, can rot in bed all day.
Yeah, because I
But
have days where I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like it. I'm sorry. I just don't feel like doing nothing. But I get my steps in though.
yep, yep. And you know what? Like that's just like that's one area, right? That's getting steps in. I guess I'm just thinking, what are some other things that you do? Because we could go on and on this topic, but what are some things that come to mind for you when it comes to just optimizing our physical health and making that a priority?
You know what? I started my journey in 2017. I've lost over 60 pounds and I have not regained. And the
Oh,
one thing that
wow.
yeah, and the one thing that helped me,
Congratulations.
thank
Yeah.
you. The one thing that helped me is just trying to keep in mind what I did to get here because when you stop doing it, you're going to lose your results. So that's why when people say
Mm.
like, "Oh, keto and all that," if you can maintain that, that's great, but I like carbs. So I know that I cannot maintain that. So I know cuz I weigh my food. I've done this. I never stopped, and that's honestly how I've kept all this weight off. I continue to do the things that got me the results. And if you know for a fact you can't sustain the stuff that you're doing, you got to change up what you're doing pretty much. But just sticking to the plan, even when you don't feel like it, sticking to the plan. Um, not overeating, not binging just because someone else is binging, because that's easy to do. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you go out to dinner with your
Mm-hmm.
friends and everybody's on their third or fourth drink, and you're like, I shouldn't be drinking all this, you know, because once you start drinking, you start making bad decisions. Like, so just making sure
Mm.
you're sticking to that thing that got you there in the first place.
Oh my gosh. Actually, I don't know if you recognize it, but you touched on like a bunch of heavy things just now. Let me tell
Oh,
you
did
what
I?
I heard from you. Yeah. Number one is you need to make it something sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
So pick something that you know that you can sustain for a long time. Oh, no, no, no. Something that will also sustain your results for a long time.
Yes.
Because some of these fat things, they don't sustain your results for a long time. Even keto, you shouldn't be on keto for more
Mm-hmm.
than a certain amount of time, right?
Right.
It's just not like your brain needs carbs. So that's one thing you touched on. The other thing you touched on was people need to go into this thing when they think about their physical health. They need to stop thinking about it as short-term results. Because
Mm-hmm.
because for you, what I heard from you is like you are in this for the long game, right?
Yes.
And I think people are always looking for like quick shortcuts. Let me just quickly do this. Like, no, you don't. And that's the thing. That's the point of what we're talking about. Your physical health, our physical health is not something that we can just say, okay, for for summer, like the months leading up to summer, is when I'm going to really go ham and optimize my physical health. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel it needs to be like part of our lives. And then there was a last thing you said. Um, Trying to remember now. Those one more very, very important point that you made. And now I don't remember. It's gone out of my head. Ah, sorry.
Maybe sticking to what you did in the you know what you got the
Yeah,
results in the beginning, so sticking to that. Maybe it was
yeah.
that.
Sticking to that. Yeah, I think so. No, it was something else. You said
Going out
something.
with the girls.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So, oh my gosh. So this is something that even I still struggle with at times. There are times that you join a certain group of people, maybe your family or something, and they just bring something out of you where you want to eat a certain way, you want to drink a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And it just reminded me of how, like, the people that we hang around the most, right? Is a very, very important thing to pay attention to, even for our physical health. Because, like you said, if everybody's at dinner and everybody's ordering their fourth drink or whatever, it's very, very hard for us to say no because that's just how we are wired as human beings. Like, nobody wants to be left out of the quote unquote tribe, right?
Right.
So I guess for me, I've always been mindful of my tribe. Sometimes, you know, before I go out, if I know the kind of people I'm going out with, I'm like, "Mm-mm, these girls, they do not care. They say they want to, they always, there's some people that just say, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight, but they never
Oh
actually
my
do
God. Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. It's just
You know,
like they like the idea of it, but they don't really want to put in the work for it.
exactly. And if you're going out with people like that, they are going to order, the biggest pasta bowl
Yeah.
with ice cream and this and that. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
So sometimes I actually, before I go into that, I just like decide my intention, like, okay, I know, like, Kepo, know your customer, know the people that you're going to hang out with right now.
Mm-hmm.
Even let them order their cocktails with sugary drinks or whatever. You just keep to your original plan of ordering sparkling water with lemon. Doesn't I drink too, but
Yeah.
sometimes I just like, especially when it comes to cocktails, oof, I'm very picky because all that sugar, I'm like, it's gotta be really, really good.
Yeah, I usually stay away from the sugary stuff. I will
Yeah.
just pick like a light beer, or I'll just do like
Hmm.
a tequila and like Sprite Zero or something. Just keep it in
Yeah.
super simple.
Yep.
You
Yep.
can still enjoy yourself, but the sex on the beach and all that stuff is just high in sugar, high in carbs, and it's just extra calories. I'd rather eat my calories than drink them.
Exactly, exactly. So I'm just like, do I want the bun that comes with dinner, or do I want this cocktail? I'm like, I want my bun.
Yep. Yeah.
I
I want the
love
bread.
bread.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? It's
Yep.
like
Yep.
okra. I love bread.
Me too. Bread is so good. So I'd rather eat my carbs and my calories than drink them. I don't mind sugar-free stuff, so
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
can get away with that. I really don't mind it. To me, it tastes pretty much the same.
Yep. 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 I agree. Oh man.
Yeah, that is
So
so funny. But being able to like adapt, because like you said, this is a lifetime thing. This is how I preach it, and it really should be looked at that way because I mean, we could live to be 80 or 90 years old. You know, we got to do this forever. So you got to learn
mm-hmm.
ways. You got to learn ways to adapt and
Yep.
adjust because you're not going to want to do your job. Your schedule may change. You may have a baby. I mean, anything could happen, and you just have to learn to continue to stay on your grind, even though all of those things, not distractions,
Mm.
but you know,
Mm-hmm.
it changes things for you. So
Totally. Totally. What about sleep, Ashley?
sleep. Oh, honestly, if there are days where I'm like, I know for a fact I'm tired, I will sleep over trying to get a workout in because
Mm.
your
Mm.
body has to recover. And if you're pushing yourself, I just don't feel like that's productive. So it's okay to rest. You know, if it's a day where you're just being lazy, that's different. But if you are genuinely tired, I would say sleep, rest over trying to push yourself to work out.
Yeah, yeah. But how do you know? Because sometimes, like most of the time, I realized in the past that, oh, Kepo, you're not tired. You're just being
Hmm.
lazy. And you need
Yeah.
to get your ass to the gym right now.
Right.
So, but sometimes it's kind of difficult to tell the difference. Like, am I truly tired, or do I actually just need to bust some moves right now, just go to the gym?
Hmm.
Hey,
I would
Christy.
say, I would say, some of the ways that I can tell, like if I'm truly tired, is that throughout the day, I'm like feeling like I really do need a nap.
Mm,
I'm like crashing by like 9:30, 10 o'clock, like stuff like that. And it's like, okay, you really are tired versus like, I just don't feel like getting up. It's a big difference.
yeah, 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 yeah. I think for me, I look at how well I've been sleeping over the past few days.
Hmm.
And if I haven't been sleeping well over the past few days and I am feeling tired, I am probably definitely very tired. Like, and I need to just stop. And yesterday was a classic example. I got like barely 6 hours of sleep. And for me, I need at least 7.5 to function at the level that I'm trying to function at,
Yeah.
because I'm working a 9 to 5 and I'm also working, building my own business. That's two jobs. And if
Oh
I'm
yeah.
trying to perform at a high level on both fronts without sacrificing my well being, I need my sleep. Because I was telling my cousin this, like, it's not like I work a 9 to 5 and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to kick my feet on the sofa now and
Hmm.
just chill out for the rest of the day. If that's the case, then maybe I can survive. But yesterday, oh God, around 3 o'clock, I was like, okay, I think I'm crashing. And I
Hmm.
really wanted to go to the gym. So I went to the gym and I was like, okay, let me just do my warm up. And I did that. I said, okay, let me just do my mobility exercise. And I did that. And then for my actual workout, I just did, like, when you're supposed to like 5 different things, I just did one thing, like the full set.
Hmm.
And I had to listen to my body, like, okay, you really are crashing. You need to go. So
Yeah.
sometimes I can get myself to do a little bit. It doesn't need to be perfect.
Right.
Um, and other times I'm just like, nah, not today. Like today, I need to sit home, hydrate, eat nutritiously for the rest of the day, and go to bed early. So, but that was
Yeah.
yesterday for me.
No, that's good. And you still did something. You still moved your body. You know what I'm saying? It's just not what you typically do. And that doesn't
Yep.
mean you failed. You still did it. So
Yep.
if you only have 30% to give and you gave 30%, you gave 100, in my opinion.
I
100.
love that. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love this because my coach tells me to, my health and fitness, so she's like, when I do my check-in, and I'm like, oh, I did 3.5 workouts. She's like, girl, I'm gonna count it as 4 workouts. Like,
Hmm.
because like yesterday, I'll count it as, oh, 3 and 1/3, and she'll be like, no, you showed up. That's something. And
Listen, that
yeah,
counts.
it
Because you could have
counts.
went
It
home and got
counts.
in bed.
Yep. And it was very tempting. You know what I did yesterday? On my way to the gym, I saw, because there's this store on my street. They've been doing some sales,
Hmm.
and every time I keep going, I'm like, man, okay, I'll come later. I'll come later. And I was like, you know what? Today is a day as good as any to do some shopping. So I
Hmm.
did. I got some retail therapy, and then I walked back home. I was like, oh, you know what? That gets me some steps again. Doing things in efficient. I could have kept the things in my purse, in my bag. I mean, my gym bag. I was like, you
Yeah.
know what? I'm gonna walk back home, and then I walked, and then I now walked to the gym. So I actually need to count that as well because I got some extra steps because of that,
Oh
even
yeah,
when I was
no,
not feeling.
that's
Yeah.
great. I love that, and I do that too. If I need something, I'm like, I can just walk to because we have stores like by my house. I'm like, I can just walk to the store. That'll get my
Mm-hmm.
steps in, and I can just walk back, and that'll be enough for today.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
We have a
Totally.
lifetime to figure this out. You don't have to figure it all out
Mm-hmm.
in one day or try and do this all in 6 months. It doesn't work like that.
Yep, yep. And that is actually like so true, especially for someone who hasn't been optimizing their physical health for the most part. It can
Hmm.
feel very overwhelming. I don't know about you, but these days, sometimes with the things that we see online, wellness almost feels like a form of stress.
Yeah.
Like, you got to do this, you got to do that. Like, how many things? By the time I'm done doing everything, when will I actually get to work and make money?
Right. Yeah, it's draining when you listen to all these different people and you got to do all these different things. Like, just take little pieces, little bite-sized pieces, and just go from there. You have forever to figure this out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How do you help people? Like, what's your jam? Like, what's your how do I say it? Yeah, let me just say, how do you help people? I don't know. I'm trying to characterize it
So,
further.
I feel like my main thing that people know me for is being able to keep my weight off, but still eating the foods that I really do like and love. So,
Hmm.
most of the stuff, I'm an 80-20 rule person. So, 80% of the time, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do. 20% of the time, I eat what I want, but I still do it in moderation. So, if I
Right.
want something for dinner, I will recreate it at home to make it pretty much taste the same, but the calories are better. It's higher in protein. There's
Hmm.
fiber included. So that way you're still
Hmm.
getting a taste of what you like, but it's not empty calories. It's not fast food. It's not 1,800 calories for a meal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty much known for that.
Yep. Yep. Totally. What about okay? So how would you advise somebody who has a very busy schedule, right? Like, for example, for me, the people that I coach and people that I'm looking to coach even more, they are they are so busy. Like, and it's
Hmm.
not they're not busy like doing silly stuff. Like, they're legit like, okay, I'm at a 9 to 5. I need to feed my family, but I work 60 hours a week, right?
Hmm.
So, like, what are some things that you tend to advise your clients, especially the super busy ones, to do?
So I feel like a cheat code for the people that are really, really busy is time blocking, and you got to wake up before work. You got to get up a little earlier. So if you don't have enough time in your day, you can get up at 5 or 6 a.m. and that can give you an extra 2 to 3 hours a day to get some stuff done. Now, don't try and do that all at once because that can be overwhelming. Like, well, I get up at 7. You want me to get up at 5? That's a big difference. Just do 20 minutes earlier, little by little, until you get to 5. Where you're waking up at 5 a.m. And then from there, time block so you know exactly what you should be doing when you're awake so you can get things done.
Yeah, yeah. So when you say time block, what do you mean? Like, time block for their workout, or like time block throughout the day? Like, what do you
For
mean?
anything. So like if they get up at 5 o'clock, at 5:15, what are you doing from 5:15 to 5:45? And then
Ah,
from 6 to 6:30, what are you doing? And then from 6:45 to 7:15, you know what I mean? So that way you know exactly what you're doing and you can check stuff off your to-do list so you feel accomplished and then you want to keep going.
yeah. No, yes. You know what? About that checklist thing, I am so with you because I'm reading this book, Neurocognitive Intelligence Manual.
Hmm.
And I mean, we already know this, that when we keep the promises that we make to ourselves, right? Like, we build confidence. But it's not anecdotal. It's not something that a bunch of personal development coaches came up with. It's actually like pure science.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like, the one way that we get that, I think is a dopamine release,
Hmm.
is to check that thing off. And when we do that, our brain is like, oh, this person
Yay.
likes to do this and this person just did this. Yay, let's celebrate. So I think it's so, so important. And yesterday when I read that part of the book, I went back to my whiteboard and I was like, I'm gonna check my things on my
Yep, I'm checking that off.
I check, I'm checking out. So yeah, like and sometimes I feel like even me, even as I've managed to maintain a fit and healthy lifestyle for some time now, I I sometimes take these things for granted. Like sometimes I think that we're always like only celebrating the big stuff, right? And as somebody
Hmm.
who is busy, if you can get up 20 minutes earlier than you did, and you use the 10 out of those 20 minutes to do a quick hit workout, I think you've won,
I
right?
agree. I agree.
Like you've won, like celebrate that. But I think people like they have this like huge idea, like they want to work out like the Williams sisters, and until they do until they do
Yes.
that, they're not really working. And I'm like, no, like baby steps, like literally mini habits, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
People love to go 0 to 60, and it's like that's not sustainable. You're gonna hate it. You got to slowly like creep into it.
Yeah. Oh, see, so I had a friend. This was beginning of 2020. No, no, beginning of this year. I'm getting confused because this same friend I think did the same thing beginning of last year too. Like the first few months of the year. Oh my God, yeah, girl, I'm doing this thing. Like I'm doing my jump ropes, 500 a day. I'm like, whoa.
Wow.
Even I work out consistently. I'm not trying to do I'm not trying to do 500 jump ropes a day. And
Yeah.
you went from zero to 500 jump ropes a day. And I would tell her like, girl, slow down. Like I
Yeah.
know you feel you can do the 500 and you feel charged, but why don't you just start with 50 and then build it up from there? But instead of building up on the quick burst of energy, build up on the consistency, right? And she's
Yeah.
very busy, right? It's because there'll be some days where she's like, "Girl, I didn't get to it." So I'm like, "Yes, you can't get to 500 jump ropes." But if you kept the bar low at like 55,
Yeah.
maybe that's better than the zero of the 500 that you are not going to get to.
Exactly. Yeah. Because that number, that's a big number, and it's intimidating. And people think like, oh, I can do this really quick so I can get the weight off really quick. And that, it just don't work like that.
Yep,
You didn't gain the weight overnight. You can't lose it overnight.
yep, yep. I keep telling myself that one.
Yeah. I have to tell myself too. I mean, we all struggle. There are some days where I'm like, oh, I want to look better, but it's like, okay, like it takes time. It's not something that is just going to snap and be there. You have to actually give it time to work. And when you
Yeah,
give it time and stop focusing on the scale and all of that, you start to see results.
yep, yep, yep. I think, okay, so um, for me, for a busy schedule, this is the number one thing that I tell people when they're trying to optimize their health. Sleep. That sleep needs to be like way up there. Because I feel
Yeah,
like when we sleep better, the whole day just goes better. You like
I agree
we
with
do
that.
things smarter. Whatever would have taken you like 2 hours will probably take you like 30 minutes. And to your point of the focus blocks, if we combine like very good sleep and focus blocks where you're not distracted, you know that this is the single thing that I'm working on. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, like that thing is amazing. And not only do we get things done, but we do it in a very healthy way, and we're doing
Yeah.
something good for our bodies. For me, by the end of the day, or even throughout the day, again, unless I didn't sleep well, like yesterday, my energy level is actually like pretty constant, and by
Hmm.
the end of the day, I don't feel wiped out.
Right.
I don't feel wiped out like I went to work at a construction building, like
Yeah.
because sometimes, like, I mean, like, actually, when we think about it, like the work that we do, even a lot of people that I coach that have desk jobs, I'm like, yeah, okay, you're working hard, but is it that hard?
Right. Right.
Like really, like, are you cleaning toilets all day?
Yeah.
Are you picking up, are you harvesting, corn or whatever in wheat fields?
Right.
Like, come on. I feel like,
Yeah. Is it really hard or you just don't want to do it?
yeah, exactly. Is it really hard or you just don't want to do it? Is it really hard or you're just not? You're not helping your body perform the best for you, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of things too, I tell people, especially if they work from home or if they have a desk job, you can get you a walking pad and put it under your desk and walk
Hmm.
while you're working.
Yep.
That's a great way to get some steps in, to get your energy levels
Hmm.
up, to get your blood pumping. You'll feel better. Even if you
Yep.
do 5 minutes, every top of the hour, do 5 to 10 minutes and then get off. Like,
Yep. Yep. You know something? My boss has one, and I used to have one when I lived in Toronto. It's just
hmm
that I decided that, you know what, I want to force myself to actually get outside and get some
hmm
sunshine. But I remember when my boss got his, he was like, "Oh, he read that when you're on your walking pattern, when you're walking while on a call, you tend to retain more of what was discussed on the call than when you're just sitting and sedentary." I was like, "Oh, okay. I never." My boss is pretty like data oriented and facts
hmm
and like back it up, a reliable source. So I know that if he's saying that, he got that from a very reliable source. So that's yet another reason, right? Like we're on a working pad, but at the same time, you're retaining whatever it is that you're doing. I know for me, when I use the working pad, do you have a working pad, Ashley?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. So okay, let me know what your experience is. For me, when I had a working pad, I could only use it when I was on calls. In that, I, I found for myself that I had to stop the working pad when I'm the one talking on the call. But then when somebody else is talking, because I don't know, like, I'll just like start running out of breath. Like,
Yeah, trying to focus too. It's like, hold on, let me make sure I'm not like walking off of this thing.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
I definitely
Yeah,
understand that.
yeah.
That is so funny.
Anyway,
But mine has a remote, so I'll just pause mine if I have to talk or say something, and then
yeah,
I'll start back
yeah.
up.
But just like there was one time that I was on the call and I was like, why am I what's going on? I was like, oh wait, it's because I'm working and I'm trying because what I was talking about, I was so passionate about it at work, right? And I was like, but wait, what's going on? Why am I like about to run out of breath here? Like I know I'm passionate about this thing, but I'm not that passionate.
Right. It's like you're trying to focus on too many things.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway,
That is so
okay.
funny.
Anything else that you want to cover on this live?
I don't think so. I feel like that was pretty good.
Yeah. I like your sunglasses. I forgot to tell you when you put them on. Actually,
Oh, thank
when
you.
you put them on, I was like, "Oh, what filter is that?" They're
Thank
so
you.
cool. I was like, "Oh, are those real? Like they're real. Like it's not a filter."
Yeah,
It's very
thank you.
cool. Very nice. All righty. Well, this was great. We should do it again. Or
I
pick
agree. We
another
could maybe
topic.
do
Yeah.
weekly or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All righty. Take care. Have
Okay.
a wonderful
You too.
day.
All right. Bye.
Bye.